So what is going on, guys? My name is Paul, also known as the Northman, and welcome to the midway point of the 2054 season. Now in this video we are going to recap Champions League qualification, look at our summer transfers, look at how the league campaign has gone, with a couple of little surprises in today's video. Why do I look such a pale colour today? I don't know. In terms of the 50 best wonder kids this year, though, something I want to point out, we had two players in it. First off is Vladimir, one of the signings we made in the winter. So very nice to see him in there. But one of our academy players is the 12th best wonder kid in the world. In the world. The 12th best wonder kid in the world, René Vang. I love it. So jump forward, we now have the rankings. So the league is up to 17th. One place jump forward, so we are there, just behind the Belgian top flight now. But really nice, step by step, you know, step by step. We have dropped 5 places to 12th, but 12th best team in Europe, I'll still take that. In terms of coefficient, we stayed in the same place, in 14th place. And looking at the points, starting the season, no one's going to overtake us. We're not overtaking anyone, so I like that spot. Because our 14th place spot, as you can see, gives us 2 Champions League spots. So we are very happy to accept that. So on to the transfers we brought in over the summer. Not many. 4 I think it is we're going to be looking at. Michaela, who I actually wanted to pick up when he was 17 years old from Lati. But unfortunately we couldn't do the deal. He went off to play for RB Leipzig. Well, we've managed to bring him to the Faroe for 6.5 million. I think it's a very, very good bit of business. We do have Mark Quadson is now 31. At the end of the 2055 season, he's going to be leaving on a free transfer, age 33, I think, at that point. So, Michaela, at 6'6", I think is going to be a great person to slot in and take that spot. And the fact that he will be completely settled by that point is nice to see. The next player was a bit of a punt, costing us 7.75 million, which is a lot to take a punt, but he does have a media description of Wonder Kid. 19 years old Mexican. I wanted to see if it would help Cobb stick around because he's been complaining a bit. I did reject 75 million for Cobb, by the way. I did say he's a £100 million player, so I've been sticking to my guns. But a decent player, Castillo. I want to play him in the deep line playmaker role when René Vang is injured or missing, so he's definitely a nice rotation option to have. I spent big, 19.75 million on Lundemo. Now I wanted him last year and had a £9 million bid accepted, but he wouldn't come to me. Now aged 18, he's come. He's cost me a lot more money, unfortunately, but he is a very, very talented player, and honestly I think he could develop into a top striker, if not a top attacking midfielder. Media description of Wonder Kid, which Wonder Kid's coming in. It's a norm. It's a norm for us. That sounds so cocky and big-headed. Wonder Kids, we know. And also Gadiaga comes in, 23 years old from Senegal. Signed because he can play left back, right back and defensive mid on a free transfer from Atlanta. I think it's a good bit of business. It cost us absolutely nothing. We might move him on in 6 months, might move him on in a year. He's a good backup. So that is 85 million spent on transfers throughout the whole year. Some big signings come in, and the likes of Connolly for 10 million. You've got 16 million for Hjelhorg, our new left back, obviously. Couple of Eastern European players coming in there. You've got Lundemo as well for 20 million. Looking at the outs over the summer then. Quite a few loans. Bouchez has gone to Vicenza, which we looked at in the last episode. Kenneth Nielsen has left us again. This time to Schalke. So we paid 8 million for him. Sold him for 10.5. Bought him back for 12.5. Sold him for 14. So we expect to see him back for around 15 million in a couple of years' time. But he's gone again. I rejected a bid. He started crying. I let him go. I just let him go. Do you know what? I wasn't that fussed. Mufasa has left us. This was something I didn't really want to do. But look up in this top corner here. 12 goals in 22. He wasn't tearing things up. He really wasn't. And we got offered a deal which ends up at 17.5 million. I just took it. Now I know some people say he's coming into his prime, but he just wasn't scoring that many. A 1 and 2 in the Faroe Islands domestically is not good enough. After that, a couple more loans. Henriksen we've let go as well. He's been a big servant. He's been a big servant since 2042 he came in. I've let him go to odds so he can just end his career playing some actual football. And then finally at the bottom, Godfrey for 7.25 million has gone to Hertha. Another player who unfortunately just complained about lack of game time just a little bit too much. So we ended up kicking him out the club. Just get out. Get out. So in terms of our squad, a couple of things to mention. René Wagner has been complaining quite a lot. He is unhappy that I've not been letting him leave. I'm just sticking my foot down, to be honest. I'm just refusing to let him go. Dalsgaard, one of our other academy players, who is just developing so nicely. Like, if you go back a few years, look at his attributes. Nothing even close to this. It's so nice to see. But him also is wanting to leave. You can see they're unhappy because I wouldn't let him go to Kaiserslautern. But I'm holding on. Cobb as well, unhappy because he wants to play for a stronger side. But 42 domestically goals in 35 games. Assist-wise domestically, 9 in the first season, 17 this season. Potentially could be the best player we've ever had at this club. And with a fickle personality, it's just mad. I've set 100 million price mark on him. If you want him, come and pay the money. If you don't, I'm going to be rejecting for the next couple of years. So moving on to our Champions League, we went in on the playoff round, which was very nice. 1 victory, and we threw. And we played Rapid Wien. And Cobb got a goal, and Lundemer got 2, which saw us get a 3-1 victory going into the second leg. And that second leg, with another goal from Lundemer, saw us go through 4-1 on aggregate, straight in to the Champions League group phase. Now the issue is, our group phase is actually quite tough. So we started at home to FC Köln, coefficient ranking 10, but they have been a Champions League runner-up. And they have some insane players. They actually have McDowell, is their key player, who came from us. We've got them Man City away, so there's 2 tough games. Lyon home, Hacken home. Arsenal away, very tough. Dortmund home. Juventus away and Red Star away. Honestly, I think maybe sneak a point against Köln at home. A point against Lyon, a victory there, that's 5 points. Maybe a point against Dortmund, maybe a victory. So let's say 8 points. Maybe 11 points. We need some big results there. Away to Man City, Arsenal, Juventus. I think we need 2 points. It's very, very tough draw there. We've got a very tough draw. Now, some great news is 25 years after the last stadium got built, the board have announced that they accept my request for a new stadium. It's going to be a 24,000 capacity. It's going to be finalised in 2055, which means a couple of years to build, which means we should be playing in our stadium before this series ends. I'm just praying it's going to be called the Bram Ellison Stadium, named after the Nugent this manager's named after. No information yet. We don't know what city it's going to be in. So just please be the Stadium of Dreams and have our manager's name. That's all I'm hoping for. It just would be insane. But delighted to see that we are getting the new stadium. Really does help us. Financially, we have 177 million in the bank. So we are in a good position. We should be able to fund most of it, if not all of it, from our actual bank without any loan needing to be taken out. So we'll see what happens there. Now, domestically, our B team has won the league. 122, drew 1, lost none. Absolute dominating force now with our youngsters who are developing their football for our B team. Our B team plays such nice football. I'm ended up playing youngsters there so they can develop, then they come into the first team. Connolly being a prime example. He has just moved up to our first team due to a few injuries, and he is now going to get football up in the first team after 22 goals in 22 games for our B team. Looking at our A team, we've just won the league as well. Played 22, won 22. We do have a chance for our first ever played 27, won 27. I'm hoping we can do it. I'm hoping we can get more than a plus 100 goal difference. We've conceded 7 goals so far, scored 91. Last year we scored 91, conceded 10. But if you go back, We've never 26-1, 25, 25. We have had a 27. Oh, that's so disappointing. In 2047. Oh, we've actually had quite a few 26-1s as well. Oh, I'm so disappointed. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I was hoping we were going to do our first 27-1. 27-0, sorry. Oh, not as exciting now, is it? But that's the halfway point of the season. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this recap. Join me on Friday where we will continue and review the end of the 2054 season. Our new stadium is coming.